Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2007 Audi S4 Cabriolet. This S4 is showing just over 71,000 original miles. If you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll be taking you on a quick condition overview on both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of its most notable features. Starting here on the exterior, taking a look at this beautiful paint scheme, you can see just the amazing glossy quality to this paint as I get you really close to the panel. The way the light just drapes over the hood really looks unbelievable. Of course, this is a gorgeous dark blue finish contrasted beautifully by all of these silver accents, and that's actually a common thing you'll find on Audi S models, especially these silver mirror caps. You may be familiar with seeing those on the S4 and S5 models. But I'm going to take you really close to the panel as usual, so as to look for any dings or dents in the bodywork. Now as we reach the end of the driver's door, you'll see no imperfections thus far. You will find a small scratch just here on top of the quarter panel, which has been touched up. And making our way to the rear, it looks phenomenal from there. Now, of course, taking a look at the gorgeous 18-inch split spoke wheels, I absolutely love the way that these complement the styling on the Audi S4. And they also do a great job to match with that beautiful trim that I mentioned just a moment ago. You won't find any curb rash here on the driver's side. The wheels look excellent, and just behind the wheel you can see those nice big S4 brakes, which are going to do a lot to increase your stopping performance over the traditional S4, or A4, pardon me. Now, taking a look here at the front fascia of the S4. Of course, the headlight lenses are crystal clear, no signs of oxidation or discoloration or scratching. They look wonderful. On both sides, you do have a very, very small patch just on the inside of the light just there. But otherwise, the headlights look just wonderful. You won't find any dings, dents, chips anywhere here on the front of the vehicle. The paint is in phenomenal condition. Now, of course, here the grille, which is surrounded by that nice chrome trim, which matches the classic Audi rings there. Small S4 badge, surrounded by all of these beautiful gray chrome slats, and that gray trim is matched in a few other places on the vehicle, as I'll show you when we reach the rear. Now, taking a look here at the passenger side, again, just a beautiful example of how amazing the glossy quality of this paint really is. It just looks unbelievable, and if I can get any direct light, you can really get a taste for the metallic content in that blue paint. Absolutely gorgeous color up close, especially to the human eye. I highly recommend you come see it in person. Now, taking a look at the front wheel here, you can see minor curb rash there on the far left side of the wheel, but largely very nice condition. And again, we will take you really close to the panel to look for any dings or dents, passing that chrome badge delineating the V8 power plant present under the hood, which we'll look at in a moment. I love the way those wide fenders present in this beautiful paint condition. Now, as you can see, the wheel here at the rear showing minor curb rash there around 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and just a little bit on the bottom. So this is the only wheel that has any serious curb rash to be seen, but again, it's only cosmetic and very minor. Now, as we can see here at the rear of the vehicle, taillight lenses are crystal clear, really nice condition. No oxidation, discoloration, chips, any of that. It looks really nice. Of course, you have the bright red S4 badge to match those taillights just next to the chrome Audi rings. And looking here at the lower portion of the rear of the vehicle, you do have those gorgeous quad chrome exhaust tips, flanked all around by that beautiful gray diffuser panel, and that matches the trim in the grille at the front, as I had mentioned. You see the chrome tips are in beautiful condition with really minimal oxidation or any sort of imperfection. They look just wonderful, and they do produce just an unbelievable tone from that beautiful 4.2 liter V8 that we will look at in a moment. But first, we'll make our way inside. First thing, taking a look at the driver's seat, you can see the bolster is showing some wear there, just a little bit of discoloration, but no tears. The material isn't opened anywhere. It looks largely very nice, and you can see the passenger seat is in nice condition as well, with this nice gray hue. Now, as we make our way inside, as I close the door, you can see the Bose sound system marked there on the door. Of course, even though the sound system is amazing in this 07 S4, I always prefer to hear the exhaust, the radio provided by the exhaust system. I think these cars just sound absolutely amazing. So as you can see here, the interior all the way across the dash, you do have this beautiful stainless steel trim carrying from the door all the way across the dash and onto this side as well. The dash is crack-free and still has that nice deep shine from the factory. Now let's fire it up here. You can see the gauge cluster. Key is already in the ignition just there. That 4.2 liter V8 fires up without hesitation, idles very happily. You'll see the regular lights flashing. The seatbelt light will remain on, so I'm going to put the seatbelt on just to avoid the constant dinging as older Audis like to do. There we go. Turn down the radio here. There we go. So as you can see, looking throughout the center console area, all of your buttons and controls still maintain all of their original text, and they look very nice. Screen showing only minor wear, and all of the controls here work exactly as designed. Now I'm going to put it in gear to give us a bit more room to look at the climate controls. You can see they also present very nicely, and you do have controls for your heated seats for both front occupants. Of course, gear selector looks very nice, surrounded by more of that beautiful stainless steel trim. You do also have an ashtray available just behind there with a power outlet just to the right. A nice armrest which is adjustable in height, and just under there some cup holders and a handbrake. Now of course there on the dashboard you see the Quattro badge that of course signifies the Audi all-wheel drive system that they made so popular through their racing career in rally driving and such. Very reliable system, very robust, and of course just provides that wonderful amount of four-wheel grip that you expect from an Audi performance model such as this. Steering wheel looks great. All of the controls are nice. Very nice perforated leather with solid stitched leather on the top and the bottom of the wheel. You can see here shift paddles as well to select your desired gear, and that can also be accomplished via the gear selector using the Tiptronic shift feature if you slide it to the right. Gauge screens all work exactly as intended as well. And let's real quick go back under that armrest and operate the convertible top. So all it takes is me to push down that switch, and we're going to watch the operation from inside the vehicle. You can see that rear hatch opens exactly as designed. Nice and quiet operation all the way to the end. You'll find the roof takes a brief pause here as the lower portion of the hatch lowers itself down, and then you'll find the roof smoothly finds its way home at the top of the windshield, and the windows all deploy by themselves. Now it gets very quiet in here as soon as those windows find their way home. It's certainly a convertible where they have not skimped out on the luxurious nature of driving the vehicle. It gets very quiet in here, very nice. And next up we're going to take a look at what really gets me excited about this S4, and that's what's under the hood. So I'll see you there in a moment. So as you can see, we've got the hood open, taking a look at the absolutely stunning 4.2 liter V8 powering the S4. I always found it interesting how they really were able to wedge this very powerful and large V8 into an engine bay where you'd normally expect to see something like a 2 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. So this is a welcome addition to the A4 platform engine bay. This engine, not only does it sound amazing, but it really reminds me of a German muscle car in a sense. It's really a raw power where a lot of that torque comes in low, and it really sings up high like a European V8. It's just that right mix of raw power and refinement that you would expect from a German manufacturer such as Audi. See, I love the way they have those ignition coils stretched across the valve covers, right in plain view, wearing that same red that you find all over the vehicle on the Audi S4 badges. You can hear it idling very happily. Here under the hood, it's very clean as well. All the reservoirs look very nice. Plastics look great as well. You do have some minor cracking in this trim piece just here as it wiggles around a little bit, but it still remains in place. And just a little bit of sealant used on that portion, but largely engine bay looks great. Engine runs very well. And for those of you who know a fair bit about S4s, one of the biggest concerns you may have is the timing chain tensioner situation, because these engines use a timing chain which the tensioners which hold that timing chain in place do tend to wear out, and that can obviously cause problems for your motor. But here at AlphaCars, we have recently completed that entire service. Engine came out of the vehicle, timing chain was serviced and replaced with suitable parts to provide a long-term reliable V8 power plant in your S4 without having to worry about getting that job done. I've looked at these vehicles before, and I know that it was very difficult to find an S4 with the timing chain job done already, so it's really nice that we've completed that here with our talented technicians. Really quick, we're going to take a look at the second row of seating. Really nice condition and very well appointed here in the rear. And then we're just going to pop the trunk. As you can see here, very spacious trunk. And because the roof is up at the moment, we can fold away this little stowing area for the roof itself by pulling this lever. And as you can see, that panel recedes up into the top of the trunk and it gives you even more trunk space. You see a couple floor mats just there. But if you need to put the roof down, you must pull this lever back, drop that little divider back into place so you can safely operate the roof and it will not interrupt your cargo. So if you have any further questions related to this Audi S4, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you're going to find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.